can I ask you, Aimee, where is it you're originally from? Because you're not actually Australian born, are you?
I am, yeah. I'm Australian born in Melbourne, and I moved to LA for a while in 2008, and then I came back and moved to Sydney. I lived in London for some of that time as well, so the past 4 or 5 years have been pretty mental. But yeah, it's Melbourne born.
Okay, because you were discovered on stage in Melbourne at 18 years old.
Yes.
And what sort of venue, what were you doing at the time?
I was in the middle of studying a music degree, and I'd been playing with my live band for 3 years at that point. I started gigging in venues and stuff when I was 15, and I was approached by management and accepted their offer, and pretty much about 2 or 3 months later I was flown to LA, and I lived there for most of 2008 and recorded an album, lived the LA high life, I guess, in some ways, and then I was burnt pretty badly, which is another typical LA thing, by my management, and I came home at the end of 2008 and decided to become independent and got a real job for the first time in my life, which was not the most fun thing after living in LA and recording for a year.
Yeah.
And so I got a job and financed it all myself and released my first EP, The Calm Before the Storm, and that's when I moved to London for a year. Played a bunch of shows over there and a couple of festival gigs and whatnot. And I think I was there for about 10 or 11 months and then moved back to Melbourne for a bit, and now I'm in Sydney. In short, that's probably what's been going on for the past 4 or 5 years.
It's been a hell of a ride.
It's been interesting, yeah. It definitely has kept me on my toes so far.
Most of what you actually have done with your recording and stuff, you've actually done on your own.
Yeah, at the moment, as of today, I'm still self-managed and independent.
So you're contacting everyone yourself?
Yeah, I'm completely self-managed and to do-it-yourself, DIY kind of thing at the moment. And it seems to be working so far. I'm definitely open to management and labels, but I kind of like knowing exactly what's going on, and that's why it's kind of handy at the moment, I guess.
Yeah, well, at least you've learnt a lot of lessons early on.
Yeah, everyone says, oh my God, it sucks that you got burnt or, blah, 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 blah. But I just keep saying, I'm thankful that it happened then than it happening now. Hopefully, touch wood, it won't happen again kind of thing. I've got my head a lot more business savvier and all the rest of it, so fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think it happens to the best of them.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And
you actually did support shows with Steel Panther and Pat Benatar.
Yeah, so that was all in the States. Just, I've slowly built my online presence thanks to Facebook and back in the day MySpace and YouTube and Twitter and all the rest of it. And I've slowly gained an American following. And I think also because I lived over there and I played a few shows whilst I was there, that helped as well. But yeah, and that again, it's just contacting the promoters, usually a lot more than one time, and just explaining why I'd suit the lineup or why the gig would be beneficial if I was on the lineup for everyone kind of thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Was it last year you were a finalist in the International Songwriting Competition? Yeah,
that was last year for a song that was released on the Calm Before the Storm EP called Control.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, that was awesome. It was a surprise, that's for sure.
You've got a new single out now called Jet Plane.
Yes.
Yeah, have you actually released the album or have you got one coming out?
It's a long process at the moment. We're looking at just releasing a few singles and then we'll be releasing an EP later on in the year.
All right, an EP.
Yeah.
The single's available on iTunes.
Yeah, the single's available on iTunes.
And people can find you at aimeefrancis.com. That's AIMEE Francis.
Well done, thank you.
I suppose you have a few people just wanting to spell it AMY and...
They've got a million ways of spelling it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Even when they're sending me emails, you can visibly see the email address. I always get, AMIEE, AMY. It's like, whatever. I give up.
Yeah, well, you've actually got the word AIM in your name.
That's it, right?
And so you're aiming for exactly where it is that you want to be in the music industry.
Mm-hmm. It's a good way to remember it as well, probably.
Yeah. You have a bit of a Pat Benatar, Joan Jett look to you.
Yeah, it's totally not on purpose. I mean, they're both amazing, amazing musicians, and I think it's just the whole I don't think there's that many rock chicks in the world, I guess, and I think that those two are definitely two that people automatically go to when they see my image or they see the look or whatever. So, yeah, I'm not complaining.
Well, I think your song Jet Plane, you actually have a bit of that Joan Jett sound and that going on too.
Awesome, thank you. I'll take it. Very cool.
That's okay. Is Jet Plane is that what we can expect to hear on the rest of the EP, songs like that?
No, you know what? My songwriting at the moment is pretty everywhere. I mean, it's always going to be that guitar-driven commercial kind of vibe because that's just what I write. But no, there's a bit of everything. Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a surprise for those that have definitely followed the journey so far because I started off fairly heavy rock and it's turning. Yeah, it's I guess just a different chapter. It's a new page.
You're getting softer as you get older.
Maybe it's my old 23-year-old self finally coming out, and no. I think it's what it is right now for me, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got a number of tattoos, but you've got one with the song title "The Flame Still Burns."
Yeah, it's a movie called Still Crazy, and the main song for the movie is called "The Flame Still Burns," and the lyrics are they resonate with me so much. It's pretty much, it's just always music related, but it's pretty much just saying that, that's what keeps it going kind of thing.
Are you from a music family?
Yes, but no. My uncle was fairly musical. My parents are both pretty much tone deaf. But, yeah, not really. It's not like I was surrounded by music. I think my parents had to be surrounded by music when I was younger just because that's all I've been doing. I think Mum's got the videotapes of me singing into a vacuum cleaner kind of thing at 3 years old, so it's just been one of those genes that I don't know where I got it from, but it's definitely stuck.
And it is, Jet Plane is a really good song. It's a good rock song.
Thank you. No, I'm glad you enjoy it. Thank you.
You've got a show coming up.
Got one in Melbourne. The next Melbourne show is May the 4th. I'm doing a bit of a tour. Thursday the 25th, I'm in the Gold Coast,
yeah.
And then 26th Brisbane, and then May 4th at Revolver Upstairs is the Melbourne date. The next tour I'll be doing, I'll definitely be going a bit more regional. I definitely want to do Ballarat, Geelong, a few, outer country kind of towns as well. But at the moment, just finances and whatever, I've just got to stick to the main cities.
So you're planning to do the EP this year. You've got a few shows coming up over the next few weeks. Are you planning to be heading overseas again?
Well, I've got a pretty big tour coming up, or it's not really coming up yet, but I'm supporting Pink in September.
Oh, you're joking.
And I'm supporting her in Sydney, and then I'm going to be doing a big Australian tour to promote that in September and October. So I think this year, or the rest of this year, will be spent in Australia. I just came back from a month-long tour in March in the States. I was playing at South by Southwest Festival, and I did an LA show and a New York show. So I've done a bit of overseas gigging this year, but I think I've definitely got to focus on Australia for a while because I have most of my career has been spent overseas. So I think it's time to come home to my roots and finally get my stuff out there to you guys,
Well, I'm sure your family are happy about that.
Yeah, they're not complaining. We all live in separate states, so they're not too happy that I'm living in Sydney sometimes. But I'm definitely closer. A 2-hour plane ride compared to a 14-hour plane ride from to LA is a lot closer.
Yeah, and people can find you, as we said, on aimeefrancis.com.
Mm-hmm.
You're Aimee Francis Music on Facebook.
And YouTube, yep.
Yep, and you're Aimee_Francis on Twitter.
There you go.
Yeah.
You've done your research. Well done.
We'll definitely have to have another chat for your tour and your Pink support.
Love to.
That's very exciting that you're going to get to support Pink.
I'm a bit excited. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, really great.
Well, it's certainly a big feather in your cap, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'm not complaining.
No. And she seems like she'd be a really nice person.
She seems pretty human, which is a nice change for the music industry. I think that's why Australia loves her so much. She's not afraid to show her personality, and I think that's one thing I really admire about her.
Yeah. Well, good luck with the single Jet Plane.
Thank you so much.
And with your plans for the year, your upcoming EP and the Pink Show, very exciting for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. No, and thank you so much for having me on your show. It's been nice talking to you.
It's been nice talking to you too, and I do look forward to having a chat to you again before and after you play with Pink.
I look forward to it. Hopefully we could, once I'm in, or hopefully I'll be coming to Melbourne a bit sooner so I can come in and do a in-studio performance or something for you.
That'd be lovely.
So it's recorded now. I've got to stick to my word.
Yeah. Well, I'll look forward to it.
Yeah, I'll see you then.
Okay, thanks. Look after yourself.
You.
Bye.
Bye.